Welcome to SVG-TV News for Wednesday, July 3rd, 2019. I am Rochelle Baptiste with the details. SVG's first Carnival Expo opened here today at Heritage Square with a wide cross-section of participants displaying local products. The two-day expo is organized by Invest SVG. Larissa Puggs the Kid tells us more in this report.
Heritage Square was transformed into a carnival village today, Wednesday, July 3rd, with an entertainment package and exhibits from more than 40 local exhibitors displaying and selling products. The expo, which opened from early as 9 a.m., will afford patrons the opportunity to purchase and, in some cases, sample local products. Coordinator of the event, Peter Edward from Invest SVG, said the idea is to have a day activity which patrons can enjoy as many of the main carnival events are in the night.
Carnival Expo to give people who is coming in for the festivity, people who returning home for the carnival, they can come in, see what we have to offer, the different products, some services are there also. So it's an opportunity to showcase our Vincent and unique products and services, because some of the complaints you get over the years is that people come in during the day, they really have nothing to do. At night there are lots of activities, so we are also catering for the daytime, so people can come, relax, listen to live music.
As for the entertainment package for the two-day event, Edward said it is an opportunity for budding SOCA and CALYPSO artists to showcase their talents.
That's a finalist in SOCA, Raga, and the CALYPSO. So they will be with us, will be live on Facebook, so people can get to know the artists, they can feel the music a little. And then later on at around 4:30, when business is closed, we come alive with on stage until 6:30. So again, we give the artists that maybe didn't make it to the big ad, or maybe they didn't even launch their music and they want to launch it today, we give them an opportunity to showcase their talent, an opportunity for people to listen. And while you listen, you have a drink. While you walk around, you can pick up something.
There is also a cooking competition for pilau and callaloo, and tomorrow the grill and roast competition. Meanwhile, the majority of the exhibitors would have participated in the Everything Vincy Expos and the recent night markets. They say they are happy to be part of the first Carnival Expo.
From this expo, we are hoping to gain more exposure and more experience, more people learning about our products, and to be able to do more exporting.
Right now it's just the expos that let people know, yes, there's a way of expressing yourself better, and you can make that person feel even special by just dedicating something just for them.
Once people get to see our products more, then business should increase, because we are almost at every supermarket you can think about.
It's a wonderful thing to experience, and people could see what Vincentians could do.
Carnival has a lot more people coming into the country at this time, so it would be good for us, good for the local people.
We're loving the expo. It's a great way to show off our product and let everyone have a taste. So right now we're selling the little bottles for $7. We have lots of different flavors here. We have passion fruit, lemongrass ginger. One of our more popular ones is this Soufre Lava.
The Everything Vincy Carnival Expo concludes tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Reporting for SVG-TV News, Larissa Puggs the Kid.
In other news, sick leave is a provision found in the Employment Act designed to protect the rights of employees. However, several employers have noted that some employees abuse this provision. At a luncheon hosted by the Chamber of Industry and Commerce yesterday at the Beachcombers Hotel, this specific issue was raised by members of the private sector and by economist Steve Stewart as he made his presentation on the deficiencies with the current employment laws and made recommendations how they can be improved. Manager of Select Pastor, which sponsored yesterday's luncheon, Andrew Woodruff, said some employees use sick leave unfairly.
Some funny things. I just come from a meeting where I'm told that some employees anticipate their sick leave days. So they say, I'm coming to work next week and I can take that as a sick day, which is a horrible, horrible error in understanding that act. The act doesn't give you 14 days sick leave as an entitlement. It says that your employer has to pay you up to 14 days if you become ill. That's the intention of that act. But it's interpreted to mean I have 14 days off in addition to my holiday. So if I get 21 days holiday, take another 14 days, how much, 35 days off? That is the kind of thing that we have to try to understand and get over. So I'm not going to say any more because Steve is going to tell you everything that you ought to know about the revision of the Employment Act. It hasn't been done since 2003, and this attempts to bring it up to date, and hopefully at the end of the day, employers and employees have equal protection in the law.
Economist attached to the Labour Department, Steve Stewart, said the issue is a difficult one to fix, but highlighted one solution which companies can implement.
Same time, if we look at it from a different perspective, and the point was raised, perhaps that employee is uncomfortable, they don't feel happy, and so this is where perhaps your HR would come in to make sure that you have those sort of whether it's counseling or activities that would help them or let them know that they're part of your organization and want to be part of it in terms of giving off their best. Other than that, they simply go through the motion. I work, at the end of the month, I collect my pay, I go home, and there is no sort of attachment. So this is something I don't know to what extent issues like those can be legislated. Perhaps it's more of a human resource sort of intervention or arrangement or relationship.
Some members of the private sector and the media took the opportunity to share some concerns relating to sick leave and the work environment.
An employee go to a doctor, and this is what you tell the doctor. The doctor can't really tell you you're not sick. The doctor just comply with your
How do we get around
request.
that?
How do you get around that? I don't know, because you can't overrule the doctor.
Does anyone know how we get around that?
So you just have to manage the relationship with your employee.
Okay.
Because maybe the working environment is sickening, and the person just fed up and they will constantly complain about being ill. So you have to address that
as well
in terms of how you're going to prove it.
So we're considering work hours, and we're considering work outside of work. So when your employer is WhatsApping you urgently at 6 a.m., we consider that in the legislation, because I know in France they've considered, cutting off the work hours and considering that type of communication to be continuing of the work hours.
Yeah. Right.
We know that there are some employees that abuse the system. We all know that. But I think there's a thing that we're forgetting. What about those employees who do not abuse the system, who work faithfully and have to continuously do extra work because you have employees that are continually calling in sick? What about these employees? I consider it passing on the abuse from employee to employer to employee. And
Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves is leading a 3-member delegation to the 40th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, which opens this afternoon at the Sandals Grand St. Lucian Hotel. The delegation also includes Agriculture Minister Subota Caesar and his country's ambassador to CARICOM, Alan Alexander. The implementation of measures to enhance the CARICOM single market and economy, the CSME, is expected to be high on the agenda at the meeting, which will end on Friday. Heads of government are expected to build on the St. Anne's Declaration approved at their 18th special meeting on the CSME in Trinidad and Tobago in December. The declaration, which confirmed that the CSME is still the most viable platform to support the region's growth and development agenda, put forward several measures for determined action. Several other major issues relating to security and regional and foreign relations are also expected to be part of the discussion. Caitlin Bob, a grade 6 student of the Stubbs Government School, emerged the winner in the Health Promotion Unit in the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Environment public speaking competition. Bob successfully debated the topic anti-vax, a threat to advancements in the public sector. In the public health, Christy Williams of the Fancy Government School placed second, and Heron Jr. Johnson of the CW Prescott Primary took the 3rd position. The other participants were Fina Bowens, the Clare Valley Government School, Janique Shallow, Lower Bay Primary School, Demani Robert Barley Government School, Shania Martin Kingston Government, and Rian Kozia, the Beckway Anglican Primary. Students presented a prepared speech. All speakers supported the use of vaccines. They agreed that vaccination is the safest and most effective way to develop immunity and minimize the spread of diseases like measles and polio, among others. The competition also included an impromptu segment. Chief Health Promotion Officer Patsy Wiley said she is proud that the public speaking competition is celebrating its 16th anniversary. Welcome back. In Carnival Beat this evening, we hear that the Junior CALYPSO and SOCA Monarchs were crowned last evening at the Victoria Park, with the Christopher siblings winning for the 4th consecutive year. Larissa Pugsley Kidd tells us more in this report.
With his song With Footprints Large, Christian Lil Chris of the Layu Government School was able to keep his Junior Calypso title for a 4th consecutive year. His song had everything to do with SVG's pride and the country being elected to the UN Security Council. He competed with 7 other finalists, with Omani Cupid of Fairhall Primary placing 2nd with his song Save Mother Earth. And in 3rd place was Kalik King Dre Lewis of the Caldo Government School with his song 18. For the Junior Calypso Secondary School competition, Christian's sister, Christiana Singing Christie of Thomas Saunders Secondary School, copped this year's Calypso title also for the 4th consecutive year with her winning song The Global Monster. Coming in 2nd place was Christopher Backus of St. Martin's Secondary with his song Taking Too Long. Ronella Singh and Ronella Lavia of West St. George Secondary placed 3rd with I Love My Calypso. Meanwhile, Tisha Short T. Andrews is this year's Junior SOCA Monarch. She also went up against 7 other finalists with her song Peace. With his song Kick Dust, Gwenian Boffaji Nero of Sandy Bay Secondary placed 2nd in the Junior SOCA, and Christiana's Singing Christy Christopher, who also entered for the SOCA Monarch, placed 3rd with her song Shell Down the Place. The primary SOCA Monarch walked away with the winning prize of $1,100 EC, while the secondary Calypso winner and the Junior SOCA winners each won $1,400 EC. Reporting for SVG-TV News, Larissa Pugsley Kidd.
7 steel orchestras will be performing at the Steel and Glitter event tomorrow evening at the Victoria Park. The show is expected to begin at 8 p.m. sharp. Speaking with SVG-TV News Assistant Secretary for the Pan Association, Shonntelle Lewis, said that from a successful junior panorama, she has no doubt that there will be a large audience supporting the 7 steel orchestras performing at Steel and Glitter. She said that the performances will be like never before, and 2 of the top steel orchestras will be performing the same song on the night.
We have 7 steel orchestras plus sections from the mass bands. The 7 steel orchestras are the Cyan Hill Euphonium, Starlift Steel Orchestra, Symphonix Steel Orchestra, Southeast Steel Orchestra, Epic Sounds Steel Orchestra, Ebony Panjamas SVG, and we have the Elites Steel Orchestra. Also, a highlight of tomorrow would be that Cyan Hill Euphonium and Starlift Steel Orchestra will be playing the same song, which is the Whole Night by El Pank.
Lewis is inviting everyone to come out and support all 7 steel orchestras at Steel and Glitter tomorrow evening.
I mean, just some simple logistics that, you know, that were easily handled and managed. But in terms of any major issue, no, I don't think so. I mean, persons are probably speculating about the whole pan drama, but personally speaking, there's no pan drama involved in our panorama this year, so that's just talk. Okay, well, as everyone knows, we are counting down the days of Vincy Mass 2019. Tomorrow is Steel and Glitter, and we are featuring 7 steel orchestras and section of the band. The show begins at 8, and I would like to encourage everyone to come and support the steel orchestra, support their sections, because it's going to be a fantastic evening of mass and steel band.
As per usual, vendors have already erected stalls and some with ice boxes along the streets of Kingston as they seek to capitalize on the busy carnival season. Recently, our news team caught up with some of these vendors. While for a few it is their first time plying the trade, for others it is just another business day. They, however, acknowledge that carnival is the time of year they see increased sales.
So we're operating here for over 5-6 years now. We're not only here for Carnival, we're here right through. We sell a mixture of products and items. We have Carnival stuff. Look at this. Exotic top. We have tights. Come on. So people always come by here. Hope for the Carnival it will get better. But whatever little happen for us here, we always giving thanks, you know.
No, it's my first Carnival selling. I normally walk through my Carnival, but selling for my first time, you know. Hope it be a good experience.
We're just starting for the first time, and we're doing different types of cuisine that you can enjoy. Food is done by my mother, Colleen Nero, and her husband, and we hope to get great sales. She was in Barbados doing her business, and then she came down here just for the carnival. We hope to be here next year again.
Meanwhile, Chairman of the Carnival Development Corporation, Ricky Adams, said that they are hoping to revive the street bar lime that was once a popular feature for the carnival season.
Again extended this year the opening time for the bars downwards, so that bars can open from 5 p.m. during the carnival period, and music is allowed to be played at those bars from 5 p.m. during the carnival period, rather than what obtained a number of years ago where there was the restriction, because we recognize that one of the very popular aspects of Vincy Mass many years ago was the street bar line. And so we were encouraging people to come back into Kingstown, go online by the bars, listen to the music. That's how you get to appreciate the songs that we have. And that's where you'll meet all of your friends who are coming in from overseas.
As steel bands across the country get ready for Steel and Glitter tomorrow evening, the Light Hill Foundation on Monday made a donation to the Sign Hill Euphonium Steel Orchestra at the orchestra site at Sign Hill. A check of $2,000 was presented to the orchestra by Government Senator and Chairman of the Light Hill Foundation, Luke Brown, who said the donation is designed to provide assistance to the organization, which has been doing a lot of work in the community.
Side will not disappoint on Thursday night, and we are rooting for you. I want you to be encouraged. You have a whole fan club that extends throughout Sign Hill and even beyond Sign Hill. Just go out there and do your best, and I know that the 9th Panorama Championship will be ours right here in Sign Hill to celebrate. This is an organization that has contributed to the development of so many of our children, and we are grateful for that. And just as a token of our gratitude, we're making a little handover here tonight to sign a euphonium of $2,000 towards your Panorama campaign. So we're making this handover as an investment in the pan side, as an investment in you.
Manager of the Sign Hill Steel Orchestra, Warren Knight, said the donation will help them to achieve their current and future objectives.
On behalf of the organization signing the Euphonium Steel Orchestra, we are quite pleased, we are quite happy to receive the funding towards our panorama preparations. The funding to signing the Euphonium not only go towards panorama, but it also goes towards our youth development program. And you can see for yourself here that all the young people who will have gone through our summer program, which began in 1995, is bearing fruit right now. And we are confident that with this assistance, it will help the organization to go forward to win the panorama on Thursday night. Thank you very much.